colors of the brands. So this is, you are the same like that. So you're offering your signature color to the brand and you're fitting their style together. So for example, if you want, for example, I will use my example because I was very struggling with the colors. I didn't know where to start. But throughout the work, I found myself into pastel colors, and I love to use contrast in my photos. So if I have snow, I will use maybe red or black, some strong colors. But most of my photos have some pastel touch because I love fairy tales, I love dreaminess, I love eternal look. So this is why it is pastel. But maybe during the time it will change. But at this time, at the present, it's pastel. So clients, people will remember, yeah, I saw her work online, and yeah, this is Jovana. She loves pastel, so it is the same for you. So make sure to try with all the colors at the beginning, and later you will see which one works best for you. The next, the power of colors. So as you know, when we are looking at the photos, we notice the colors. So colors are very powerful. You have powerful colors. I love to connect with strong colors such as red, blue, yellow, orange, and these, strong colors. And the more powerful colors you use, the more powerful concept will be, because people will remember this and you will pop out from the crowd. And it doesn't have to be the whole photo in red. You can use only one detail. It will be more interesting to use only one detail in one color and not to paint all the whole photo in one color, because it will be something something different. And these people will remember. I remember one girl I followed her on Instagram. She was using one balloon every time. She was carrying this balloon with her on every session, on every photo, and it was a red balloon. So she was standing out of the crowd because of the color of this balloon and because of this one detail. So she remembered because of it, and clients remembered. And every time the clients want to hire her for the projects, they say, yeah, you're the girl with a balloon. We remember that. We want to use balloons in our projects, and we will hire you for this project. So this is the same for photography. If you choose one color, if you play with maybe black or red, make sure to speak with yourself. Do you want to use the color to express detail? Do you want to use colors to attract the client? Do you want to use the colors like in hair, like the dress, in some details? And this will be your signature color. And which one? Colors are all around us. When you're passing by fields, when you're walking, you see the colors. You see greens. You see every color. And I think the most important thing is to focus what color attracts your eye. I don't like green, because greens, I think most of the people will agree with me, because greens are, for photographers, I think, a nightmare. So it doesn't look good on the photos in fall. It's okay, but I love to avoid green. But if you are on location and you have lots of greens, make sure to, in editing process, make sure to wash out colors a little bit, because too much green distracts the view. So whatever color you love in nature, you can use it for the project. For example, if you're passing by and you notice a beautiful orange leaf, and this attracts you, this is then there is a reason why you like this color. This is a reason why you choose yellow and not the green or some wash colors like the color of the concrete or something else. So make sure to use this color, and make sure in what type you will use it. The signature, as I mentioned, when you're starting, like your active hobby, and you're finding yourself and you are slowly going into the style and making your own signature, make sure to focus what colors you will use. Make sure to maybe 1 year only explore yourself, only finding the right colors. Make sure to play with all the colors. Make sure to choose maybe 10 colors and then do combinations together, because the combination of colors is what is telling a story, not the colors itself, but how you combine the colors in the photos. And make sure to take only 1 month to use one color, then the second month another color. Make sure to use it like details in hair. Make sure to use this color as a dress. Make sure to use this color as a detail like the props, or maybe to make a scene with this color, and see what is working and how everything looks like in the camera. Because most of the time, some things will look good in person, but on the camera doesn't look good because, you know, it is special in camera. So you just have to focus what is best is looking for the camera and not in person, because you are taking photos and creating a project. Okay, so now we will talk about bright and dark colors. This is totally opposite. So color wheel, this is what I was talking about. So you can find online color wheel. It is a circle where you have lots of colors, and it shows like the opposite colors. You have red, and the opposite of the red is the green. So if you want to a photo to stand out, to pop out, you will choose these two colors, because one is one color, the other is opposite color. So it will look more interesting. So everybody can find this online example. If you are not knowing how to use the colors, this will help you at the beginning. But as I said already, to me, intuition is doing everything. And to me, if I like the yellow, I will use the yellow. I won't follow what somebody else is telling you that maybe orange is not looking good in the photos, but maybe in your photos will look good because you know how to combine the orange color with some details. So don't read most online, and trust your intuition, trust your process, and you will see you will have maybe 3 or 4 your signature colors. And this is, I think, okay number just to start with it. Colors which stand out. As I said, you have a couple of colors which will stand out. And for example, if you have a white wall and you put a red or a yellow element in the photo, then you will bring some interesting things to the white wall, because this thing will pop out and everybody will see these details and not the white wall. If you have the black wall, and then if you put some washed out color, then the people will see the black wall. So make sure to use pop out color as details, as what you want to express, what you want to tell, which story. So if you want to tell a story with the model, make sure to focus on the model and what colors you will put on the model as a dress, as a hair accessorize, as a contact lenses, how you will attract the people's eyes with the colors. If you want to focus more on the background, make sure to find some interesting background. I remember I was going in a store here in my hometown. I was looking, I wanted to buy some furniture for my studio, and I was driving by and I saw one very big magazine, and I saw a blue and yellow wall. It was very huge and very interesting to me, and these two combination of these two colors attracts me. And I had to stop, I had to look around it, and I was thinking about the concept. Yeah, what should I do and how I want to express and how I want to attract the viewer's eyes with the concept. So because I have two colors, I have blue and orange, I remember that I want to take two models, female models. One will dress in a blue and one will dress in a yellow. So I want to combine these two things, and I want they to play like the wall. So I saw two colors. I wanted two models, and I want to dress them the same as the wall. So this was my idea. This was my point of seeing the things, but probably you will see a different, you will have some different idea. But to me, this was very interesting, and I didn't want only one model, I wanted two models. And it was very amazing because, the combination of these two colors on the background and on the models, it was very interesting, and people were blown away when they saw the photos, because, this is the way of attracting the views. If I was using the black color, I wouldn't make that feedback, because I had a very strong colors, and I make it more stronger by using the same colors but as the models, in the models. So make sure to, whatever you are passing by, if you see some interesting wall, make sure to think about the combination. Maybe use the same color or the wall, or totally opposite color. And this is, I think, the right way of using the colors. Colors and their connotations. So while we are talking about bright and dark colors, it is always, white is more pure, innocent, black is more like deep, some bad feelings. And I don't think that is the key, because with the black color, you can show good things, and with the white color, it's not the colors, white and black, but it looks good on the photos. And with the dark, you can show bad things. So I think if you use black, you don't awake some bad emotions. You can use the black to paint the butterflies, to paint the flowers. It will look so good because it will be different. It will be, the flowers won't be colorful, the flowers won't be pastel colors, it will be black. And this is how you change the people's mind, and you attract the view this way in colors. So you can paint details, you can paint the whole scene, you can paint, if you have a bunch of flowers, and you can use a spray just to paint it in black and model to be white like albino. How awesome will be that? So just make sure to think about the combination and how you can use bright and dark colors. Influence on people and clients. As I said, if you use one color to express detail, like if you use albino, and if you paint all the details in black, and you use this type of usage for colors in most of the projects, then the clients will come back to you, and they will notice this for sure, because it is special, it is different, it is something that people don't do very often. So they will notice this, and they will come to you and say, wow, I really love your point of thinking. We want to dye the whole scene in black, and to use some different type of the models, because we really love your style. We really love how you use colors. And this is why it makes it so special. Because I know some of my colleagues, the clients are hiring them based on their colors of their signature. They don't say that, but they say most of the time, yeah, you are so dreamy, I would love to hire you. Then the other one, you love, you're doing more with the wash colors on the streets, so we will hire you because of that. So people and clients see these things, see the colors. They got attracted by the scene and what they see. So this is when they will hire you. Shapes and textures. This is also important. If you have, like I said, blue and a yellow wall, it has some straight texture, and this texture you can use for details. You can make a dress straight. I talk about the dress because I use dresses most of the time, but if you use any other elements like the accessorize, if you want to make some props, you can use maybe flowers or plants in your photo shoots and make it straight. Just make sure to pay attention to texture. If you have shapes like this, then you can make a dress going like this. So make sure, as I said again, make sure to think about the combination, and make sure to think how you can combine those things with the patterns and textures. So only if you don't have models, you can go on location. If you only have textures and shapes, you can go close up, and you can choose different variations. You can put maybe some straight detail against the this background, so you can imitate the detail for the model. If you don't have a model, if you're not using models in your photos, then you can also play with the colors. But if you're not a people photographer, so if you can use plants, you can use objects, you can use some details, you can use whatever you want just to play with the colors. You can also, if you're a food photographer, you can play with the food colors. This would be very interesting. And you can use, if you're taking photos of animals, they're also very special, and you have different types of animals, different colors, and it always looks amazing, and they're very good models. Okay, so the next, okay, so the bright and dark colors. Bright is pure, innocent, connecting with the sky. So on the first photo, you see albino model. So white to me means something pure, but sometimes I can express some dark themes also, but you choose what type of the project you will create. So to me, white was, the first focus was albino. So I wanted to make them as many in the photos. So I have 3 and 4 albino in one shot, and it was, I was feeling very strange, like I'm not, it's not my place there with them, because I was feeling like, yeah, I'm outsider. But they're so special, they're so beautiful. I love working with them because they're so, you know, different. And to me, you can create whatever project you want. And later I will show you the video and talk more about not colors in photography, but colors on the people as well. Choose the right location and weather. Colors are not only how you will in details. Colors are, you can find in nature, on location, on weather. So if you have a snow, then you will have white all around the model, and you can choose whatever color you want in the snow. But if you want to make a good idea, then the contrast will look the best, like the black, red, some strong colors. If you want to use against the snow, it always looks good. And if you want to use only one detail, only one model, then this will be more interesting than if you put bunch of elements around the model in the snow, because people will lost what they are looking for. So make sure to use only one big detail, or a model, or a dress, like me on the second photo. This this black dress against the white snow, it looks, you know, like the perfect color for it, and it's just enough for this type of the photo. So make sure to pay attention. On the spring, you have different colors and you can combine different elements. In summer, at the end of this presentation, I will talk more about the colors and seasons, but each season offers different type of the colors which you can use in your photos. Connect the right details. On the third photo, we have all pastel colors, and you see that every detail on this scene, the dress, the hair accessories, the background, the details in the hands, the color of the hair is the same color shape. So color shades, sorry. So this is very also important. If you're going for the pastel tones, then try to fit all the pastel tones into the photos, and not use most of the pastel tones and then maybe dark lipstick, because it won't suit very well. If you want to use dark elements, make sure to make more dark elements in the maybe dark dress and dark lipstick, but not only maybe, you know, the long nails, black nails. It will be too much and people will only look this. If you have pastel tones, and if you have very strong colors, the people eye will first see the stronger colors and not the pastel tones. So make sure to think about how to combine the pastel tones with the strong colors, or to use only the pastel tones or only the strong colors. Colors are not only the dress and props, but also the skin. This is what I was talking about when I mentioned the albino. So it's not the colors in dress, it's not the accessories, it's not the scene. it is people. So you have people with green hair, with blue hair, with different skin types, and these are all interesting people to take photos of, because you already have colors before you use real colors in photography, and you can use only them in your photos just for the project, like the albino shots. So now I want to share a video where I was, wait a second, where I was taking photos with albino to see how they are so special. So I was using this dark space. It's more darker in person, and the albino, because I wanted to show the contrast. So to me, this was very special, and it is a great contrast to show the dark place and albino against it. So you see how abundant places are very good because they're always so dark, and if you put any bright element inside of this location, it always looks good. And this was very empty place, and we use smoke, so you can also choose a different smoke colors as well. So here I make the connection between albino and black girl, and this is such a great combination of two different colors of the skin, and I really love this concept, and people reacted very good, and I love the feedback. I love how we did the whole project, because I was thinking about this concept for so long, and I was so happy when I created it because it was so special to me. I love to use different types of the people, you know, the special ones, and to me, this is the concept which I was talking about, where we have 3 different albino models, and they're so amazing, and you can see how the colors, I was using only their colors here and not any other color, because they are enough for this type of the projects. I want to ask you now, what does black evoke in you? So I will ask you now the question, what does black? Because most of the people will probably say, yeah, it's bad. No, I don't want to say anything, but is this power, fear, the unknown? Oh, I love how the fear, nobody will say fear. Let's see. Okay, we are good. Yeah. Okay, let's see your answers, because, you know, most of the people will say, yeah, it's not strong color. Okay, what does the color black evoke in you? I said black because black is, you know, such a strong, deep color. So most of you say power, unknown, and fear. Yeah, I think the same. Black is such a powerful detail in the photos, and it always looks good. Like against the white, against the red, against any other color, it will look amazing. So yeah, thank you so much for the answers. Okay, then the next. Dark colors. So here you see the photos with dark colors, even in details, even in places, even in color details. So dark colors connect with the earth and have deeper meaning. So if you want to, like we said here on the questions, it means power. So the black, you use black for the powerful concepts. The second photo, you see a very powerful location. It is abundant place where I put the albino. So I make the albino to pop out because I wanted albino to pop out in the photos. If I wanted to make the whole room black and to pop out any other detail, then I will choose different color. But I wanted to put white and black together. And whatever you want to say, the people will first look at the black color and the red color, and they will first notice these things because people's eyes react that way. They will see first the strong colors and then the pastel colors together. Think about one color. So choose, if you don't know which colors to use, if you have so many, you want to use red, you want to use orange, black, yellow, green, pink, so many colors, like the crowns behind me. So make sure to focus only one color. Make sure to use only blue, for example, and make to use first time maybe as a dress, the second time maybe find some blue location. Maybe the next time dye some details in a blue. Make sure to always change combination of usage in your projects, and then you will see how people react on this way. And if you don't know which ones you choose, which colors, then I think if you use one, it will be enough. And it will be okay to start with only one color. Choose a source of light. On the first photo, I choose the dark location and albino, but I have source of light where it's coming through her, and the source of light can be, of course, the sun. And if you put the smoke in different color, then it is also connecting with the source of light, and it changes the colors of the light. So I love playing like this. For this scene, I wanted a white light, but if I wanted to make it more pop out, I will probably use the red source of light, and instead of I will make it connection with the sun with the smoke effect. So you can choose, you can buy smoke online, offline, you have different colors, and you can play also with the smoke grenades in your photos. Shadows and details. Like I said, on the third photo, we have, it was a brunette, male and female, and I wanted to put them against the black backdrop, because every time I use the black backdrop and I put the model, the dress, the details, everything pop out. I really love using black because, it's so dark on the back and the models always pop out. And I wanted, because I was using the green parrot, I wanted to make them also connected with the animal. So I choose to paint their hair in the green, and they say yes, thanks God. But this is a way also combination the colors in photography, and how you can play with the color, and not only you can make that, you can create that, you can do it yourself, you can paint it and make it yourself, and not waiting to find the perfect model who has a green hair. You can use a color shampoo just for the one wash, it will wash out, but don't wait for the things. Make sure to happen things before you wait for them. Okay, bright and dark colors, examples. So here, this is the location. It is the same location, but different type of the day. The first photo on the left side was taken before the sunset, before the evening, and the right photo was taken during the evening. So you can see how the colors are changing, and how you can, from the same setup, from the same scene, from the same model, same dress, same location, and same concept, can be different feeling and evokes in you. So don't only pay attention to the colors in details, location. Make sure to always wakes up your mind, mix up all your feelings, and to maybe start creating some photos before the evening and during the evening, because colors are shown through the light. If you don't have a light, you don't have colors. But on the evening, you can still choose some of the colors like this, and you can make the sky a different color. You can make a dress different color, and you can use a different scene for the evening part. And this is also the way how you can change the people's mind and people feeling. Okay. So next one will be, Yeah, equipment is so important. I always say this because yeah, you can start with your mobile phone, with your smartphone, but if you have equipment professional, then this will also give you a more detailed concept, more professional. Everything will look much better than if you're taking your photos with a smartphone. And it is also important how you edit your photos. To capture a good photo, you need creative tools. Like the camera, having a good camera is a great, but you can practice storytelling with a smartphone at the beginning. After, you can invest in the professional camera because it gives a nice final touch. It gives you more details. It gives you warmer tones, where you can also change the color white balance, and you can practice with the scenes. So I think having a good camera is also a plus, but having a good lenses are much more important because lenses are giving you more blurriness behind the photos if you want to focus more on the model, if you want to focus more on the background, and this is very important. Then for the additional equipment such as lighting, reflector and backdrops, it is also what makes the colors. So if you use different type of the backdrops, black, pink, white, different, when you make it a backdrop by yourself, where you have different textures and shapes on the backdrop. This is also a good one, and it shows in different colors. So this also shows the colors in photography, which you can combine with the model, with the scene, with everything you want to use in your concept. And also the reflectors, you can use a different type of reflectors. You can use with different colors, with different modes, with different lights, so you can switch more and less if you want to use more or less light, and it gives you a nice shadow or too bright image. So depending on your style and your signature, on your color which you're using in your photos, I think this is so important also to make focus on. If you have any question on equipment, this is a nice time to ask now. Editing. So this is, I think, the most important thing. So, the monitor, of course. Editing software such as Adobe Photoshop, Lightroom. So you have software where you can edit your photos, but how you will edit your photos is much more important because it gives you the photography monitor. And it's so important to have a really good monitor and to know where to edit the photos and how to edit and how it will display later. So before I talk about photography monitor, I would love to ask you, how do you edit what do you edit your photos with? So do you use professional monitor, regular monitor, laptop, or cell phone? Just don't vote on the cell phone, please. Because it is okay if you're like everyday people who are taking photos in the park and so, but not okay. Let's see. Okay, most of you say laptop, but let's see who will vote more. Oh god. I'm excited to see your answers because there's tons of different answers. Okay, let's see now the answers. So most of you said laptop, then regular monitor, professional monitor, and cell phone. Come on, people. Professional monitor is very important to have because, when you're working on professional monitor, when you're working on regular monitor, it's totally different worlds. I'm using BenQ SW321C photography monitor, and I'm very satisfied with it. This is the second monitor I have from them, and all I can say is that it's like when you're wearing the glasses, you look you see totally different things while you're editing on this monitor, because you know, the colors, the details. I was very struggling with the colors when I was starting with photography, because when I see on the monitor, and then when I transfer the photos on my cell phone, it's totally different. The colors are washed out, and I don't know how my photos will look like when I post on social media, when I give them to the clients. And you know, I didn't know how the end of the results will be, and it was very such a headache, because it is so stressful to not know how they will look at the end. But with this monitor, I'm so happy, because first of all, it is 32 inches per photography monitor and 4K resolution. It is so big, you can see all details. When I zoom in, I see every color on the photo. I see, you know, in the eye, I see this color. I see how I added the photos, and it looks so different from the regular monitor, like totally different view. And what I really love also is it has the matte finish, and I love editing photos near window, and I love sitting and looking. When I'm making pause, I love to look through the window, then I edit again, then again look at the window, then I edit again. And with this monitor, it has a matte finish, so I don't see any reflection when I edit. And before, I was seeing only the windows, and it was hard for me to focus what I'm editing. And with this monitor, I don't see any reflections, and it looks so good. And also, what I love the most are the colors. So the colors are the same when I edit, when I see in person, and when I save the photo, I see the same colors like I was having before the editing part. So I think this is the most important thing to choose, why you have to choose the professional monitor, because it gives you the same color specs when you see while you are taking photos of, and later when you transfer the photos. What I also love is you have a hockey puck, which is also a plus, which little thing which you get with the monitor. You can easily switch the color modes from RGB, and to black and white mode, and it is such a nice very quick tool which you can only press, and you can change the modes. It is also very easy to carry. The monitor, you can change the position from one room to another room, but it is a heavy monitor, it is a big, so you don't have to do that, but it is such a great way of carrying the monitor. And what I also love is you can switching the monitor from horizontal to vertical mode. If I have landscape photos, then I will use the horizontal mode. If I added the portraits, then I will use the vertical mode. And it is such a great way of changing the perspective, and you see totally different things. What I would love also to mention is that you have 10% off for photography, for SWV series for photographers and PD for designers, with the code Jovana color 10. On the right side, you have links, so you can go through them and use this code. It is valid for 7 days, and for European sites. So this is a way. Now is the time to go for professional monitor, because you have a discount, and it is such a great monitor, because I was using it for years and I love everything about it. So I have only I love editing on professional monitors. It's totally different. Okay, so the next thing is colors and emotions. So as I said, I love to focus more on intuition and emotions, not on the technical side, because emotion is something that people get attractive to, and they remember their emotions by seeing the colors you're using in your photos. Not only yourself, but the people you're creating for them. So why this connection is important? A photo without emotion is a blank page. When you're looking at a photo, for example, the girl is standing next to the tree and she's not showing any emotion, she's only standing and looking. You don't have nothing to say, nothing evokes in you. If you use some strong colors and if you put a model in certain position, in certain angle, if you want action from them, what they are doing something and you are doing this with a color, then this will evoke something in you because they will feel this emotion. And I think it's always a great to express emotion through the colors and not using only the colors because somebody else are saying that you have to use this color and this color. Make sure to connect the color with your emotion and what you want to express in your photos. Being touched by colors. Most of the people are being touched by the colors and emotions. So if you want to express some sad moments and if you want to choose maybe a black for the sad or maybe a blue for the sadness, maybe you can put the blue tears here and then say, mention some story behind it that people will connect with you and connect with this emotion and say to you, yeah, you choose the different types of the tears and I love how you use this in this type of the form or whatever you want to call it. So make sure to think how you want to express your emotions. Bringing the concept to life. So if you're thinking only, yeah, I will choose the orange, I will choose the black color, and yeah, I will combine these two colors. And if this only lives as a concept, and if you're not bringing this concept to life, then it is forever be the concept in your mind and not in real life. Make sure if you're not sure how to use these colors, make sure to start with only one color and make sure to express it in your own way, whatever, however you want. Most of the people who came to my workshops, they have so many ideas. They have plenty ideas with the colors and concept and strong emotions, but they never tend to bring this to life. And I always say to them, please, you don't need anything. You can be your model by yourself. You can use some family member, or you can, if you don't like the models you have, make sure maybe you can use it in the shadows or maybe a different way, because most of the people who came on the workshop, they have very powerful ideas, and I'm always so sad that they don't bring this into the life. So if you're not sure how to get it, make sure to use only one color. Connecting emotions with actions. So this is what I was talking about. If you don't have any actions in your photos, if people are only standing and doing nothing with their body, they don't showing the body language, then it is it don't evokes emotions in the people. If you want to express some anger, if you want to express some passion, and if you say this, I want anger in the photo, and I will put the red balloons around you and make sure to hold one red balloon and do like this. Then with people which looks in your photos, they will feel that emotions. If they are standing with a balloon like this, and you want to express the anger, then it won't be the same concept, it won't evokes emotions in the people. That is why it is so special. Playing with makeup. So makeup can also pop out the colors in your photos. So if you are not using location, if you are not using a scene, make sure to only use the model and a makeup, which will be too colorful. For example, if you use albino model, you can use any colors of them. The black one will look good, and the blue one will look good, and the red one will look good. And you don't have to use only makeup on the face. You can use on the hands, and make sure to you put on only hands to dye in that certain color, and it will be amazing. So makeup is a great way of expressing the colors and playing with colors. You can do whatever you want, and you can put details on the face. You can put the same color, you can choose the different colors, the opposite colors, and you can do this only by using the makeup. So don't forget about the makeup and the body color. And the story, no color. So if you have no color in the photos, if you make it black and white, like this photo on this when people woman with a crowd. This is the first photo I shared on social media, and the photo was too popular. Too many pages shared this photo, and this is how many people remember my work. And I don't have any color here. It was the colors were too washed out, so I make it black and white because I didn't have any strong colors in the photos. So if you have wash colors, if you don't have any strong colors on the photo, make sure to make it black and white because probably it will be more interesting. So I don't think that the colors sometimes evoke emotions. I don't think that the colors sometimes are don't telling the story, but how you're combining this. So sometimes black and white photo can look also amazing and tell a story. So we don't have here the colors, but it shows the story and express the emotions. Colors and emotions. Here I will share 3 photos which I want to share. So here on the first photo, I wanted to share that they are the sun. So I saw them the first time I was seeing 3 of them. I wanted to make them to shine like a sun. So I used the leaves just to make it raise, and them just to be the center of the sun and to warm the heart from of others. So this is how I use the colors. So yellow and white, bright color. And I don't need any other color here because it already shows the emotion. It already showed the concept. Here, I wanted to express when everything is cheerful, everything is going, flying around the model. It awakes the pink, the shines, the flying balloons and everything. So this is why I choose the pastel balloons in pink colors, the pastel dress, and this location, because every time I choose field, I make the scene there, because I don't love to get distracted by any other elements. I wanted to bring my scene to the location. And this one, as I mentioned, I really love this location because it is so abundant, it is dark, and with Albino, I wanted to show that sometimes, even if she is alone, she can do it herself, and even if somebody is on at her back and following her, doesn't mean that she's in their hands. She's in herself hands and surrounded by her glow, like her flowers. That's why the flowers and branches are around her, and it shines in her color and not the color behind her. So with these colors, I wanted to express this type of emotions and to awake on the people. Okay, now I wanted to ask you, how do you use colors? So are the emotions important to you, or you use colors only to express the colors and not emotions? So what's the main way you use colors? To connect with the location, to connect with the wardrobe, to express the emotional themes. Ooh, okay. Let's see the answers. I love express emotions with colors. To me, this is, when I was beginning, I didn't know that this will be my way of expressing, showing photography, but I'm very excited how. Okay, let's vote more, and make sure to ask as many questions, please, because at the end of this webinar, I will answering your questions. Okay, let's see. What's the main way you use colors? Okay, so most of you said 50% to express the emotional themes. I really love this. You're my type of creators. To connect with the location. This is also nice. And to connect with the wardrobe. Okay, only 8% I love how you love to connect with the location and to express emotions. So this is so important. That is why I want to share a video with you where I want to show how I express emotions with the flowers. So as you know, I love flowers in my photos, and I love to express them, different emotions with them. So here we made the pillar of the flowers, and we have because the purple, we have purple field. I wanted to connect this color field with this pillar, and this pillar is showing their love together. They're holding together. They are their love is this pillar of love. This concept is called pillar of love, and it shows how they are in love, how their love is so strong. And this field, I found it by accident, and I fell in love because all the purple flowers, and it looks so good in the photos. And the models were too great, and I chose the red dress because I wanted to show the love. So to me, the red is of course the love. So I love to use the couples also to express emotions. So flowers are so great because you have different colors, you have different shapes. You can use only dark flowers, only pastel colors, only bright flowers, and so on. This is inside of one restaurant, and I wanted to make like Alice in Wonderland photo shoot where she's gardening her own life and expressing her life with the flowers. So she's growing, she's blooming, she's blossoming, and she's carrying her life with herself in her hands. So this is why I use a bunch of flowers around her, and I choose this location with lots of windows. I really love how the images turn out. Okay, so let's go back to presentation to talk now about connecting colors with the style and story. So, as I said, emotions are also important, but location is also important for the colors. So, build the concept based on colors. This is why what I love doing the most. Most of the time, when I see location or some scene, I love to connect with these colors as that scene and that location. So on the first photo, we have a blue parrot and with yellow details in such a great color combination. My eye was out of this world when I saw this. And I wanted to use a model with a blue hair, blue, just to connect the animal and the woman together. So this is a nice way of using the combination of colors. And the blue and yellow are such a great combination together against the black backdrop. Think in your style. As I said, if you love connecting colors with location, make sure to use the combination in your style, and to use, if you love red, if you love green, make sure to use these two colors on location, but make sure to use it in your own way. So on the second photo, we have nice snowy forest and girl in a cloak, that's myself running and wearing it is a nice red color. So this cloak is the first thing you're seeing on the photo, because the red is the strongest color and it pop out against the snow. So this is a nice way of connecting the weather and location with the color. Detail with a red balloon also is not a nice way. As I said, red and green are opposite colors, and if you choose these two, they will go very well together. So I choose the red detail as a balloon because I want to focus more on the balloon, and green is a field grass. So this is, and the girl is in a white dress, but this is only, I love to use only one detail just to express emotions, just to connect with the location and with the scene. Then we have, I will play these two videos. for you today, where we have Frozen Princess, and this location is out of this world. Everything is it is frozen, and it is. I was taking this project during the winter, and this is why winter reminds me of the blue, of the white. So I wanted to choose the blue dress and connect these scenes together, and it goes very well together. But you can use any color. You can use also will look good the black and the red, because we'll pop out even more against these glaciers. And the Cinderella, this was taken at 3 a.m. in the morning, because I didn't want any people here, and we have very strong. It was very dark outside. It was night. So thanks God, the whole street was full of Christmas lights. So this is where I had the source of the light. But because the carrier was yellow carriage, I choose the yellow dress, and it goes very well connected. So this is what I was talking about. Everything is about connection. Everything is about combination of colors. And if you see one detail red, make sure to use some red detail in your models, in your dress, or any other prop you're using. People have to remember. So imagining that you are using different colors, you don't know which colors you're using, so many different types of the, locations, models, details, and people won't remember that, because they will not connect this type of the creation with you as an artist. But if you love to connection the details, if you know what signature color yours should be and how you want to express them in your photos, then the people then remember. So people always remember. People remember the colors, people remember the style, people remember the way you are placing the things and how to composite your things in editing, if you do manipulation. So everything is about combination, how you want to express your imagination. So make sure to always bring something new to the people. Make sure to always think how you can express some details in your concept for people to remember, because they will help you to share your photos, to bring the new audience, to bring you the clients, so people will remember. Finish the story. If you open the story, if you don't, if you place the whole elements and you didn't finish the story by placing the final detail in your photo shoot, then this is untelling story. So make sure to always finish. If you're not sure how you want to place the elements, make sure to only use one element. So don't forget that. Don't use any elements. Don't play with so many colors in your photos, because sometimes it can be very distracting. So make sure to use only one color and one detail. Okay, so we have here Frozen story. As I mentioned, here I was using two different colors of the dresses. So we have blue and the yellow, and both of them looks good, but also the black and the red will look good here, because location is almost washed out. It is white, it is winter, it must go together with the weather and the location. You can't use like jeans and white shirt and then the girl is standing here and posing. So it has to go together with the style. And I wanted to share a video of this location because it looks amazing. Let me just find, okay. It was very cold and we were done in 30 minutes, but here you can see how the location is, everything is frozen and the dress is blue and she's a redhead. So we have two different colors here, and I wanted to connect her with the scene, with the location, but you can use connection in any other style you want. Here we used a yellow dress with yellow hair accessorized, and it also looks good. And if you want to use such a big location, but with a model will be too small, make sure to use some large material of the dress or large prop. Here also I wanted to connect with a scene where we have a white dress and the fog, everything is white, so she's a white angel. So because of the way angel, I dress her in a white. And here also I love fog in the photos. And here you can see all the scenes, like the frozen moments and winter, how you can use combination of colors in winter. Then the next one will be Cinderella story. And this is how it looks like. So this is what I was talking about when the carriage and the yellow dress suits very well to the location. Everything is so Cinderella moment, everything is so glowy. And if I use black, it will disappear in the photos. If I use green, it won't connect with location. If I was use the red, it doesn't go with location because this one you see only this color and it shines, especially at night. So it is such a great way of expressing the colors. Okay, and now I will share the video of Cinderella just to show you how everything looks like behind the scenes. It was poorly raining. It was cold, so we were done very quick. As you can see here, we have lots of light from the street. And this is also a plus. If you choose location where you have lots of light, then make sure to use it. If it's too dark, then it's not be possible to take photos. So yeah, this is a so great combination because we have one color and then the other is connecting very well together with this location. Okay, now I want to ask you the final question. How easy do you find it to work with colors? How easy do you find it to work with colors? It comes naturally to me. I need to work on it. I find it difficult. I'm excited to see. Okay. Let's see the answers. I need to work on it. Most of you say it comes naturally to me. Comes naturally to me, and I find it difficult. Okay, less you say I find it difficult, which is okay. I need to work on it. Okay, yeah, you just have to practice. I think the practice is everything, and it comes naturally to me. This is what I was talking about, the intuition part, where you have, everything is settled down for you, and your intuition will do it for you. And if you're thinking too much, then I think it won't be the same. So I think just only focus on the things slowly. Okay, yeah, thank you so much for the voting this slide. Now I want to mention why is the best. To me, I love playing with colors and seasons. And to me, I have so many different colors in spring. I have different colors in summer, in fall, in winter, and later, I think maybe 1-2 years, I started doing this. I love use certain colors during each season, and this is why I want to mention more about it and want to share with you with which type of the colors and you can use for each season. So we will do it. Let's see. So you have 4 different seasons. You have, of course, spring, you have summer, you have fall, you have winter. And this is such a great way of using different colors. because you can use colors in general, but with each season you get different types of the colors, and nature do it spontaneously for you, just offering you the colors, and you will choose, yeah, I will use pink, I will use this field of flowers. Then the winter is saying, yeah, you have fog, you have forest, you have snow, and you can use it or you don't have to use it. During the fall, you have leaves, you can use orange colors, you can use yellow, you can use red. You know, when the leaves are changing the colors, then you can use different colors. And it is the same like for the summer. The summer ask you, not ask you, but say to you, yeah, you have oceans, you have rivers, you have lakes, you have different types of the water colors, you have turquoise, you have dark colors, and this is such a great way of use combination of colors. And I think it is the best if you want to play with the colors to choose the right seasons. So we will now go through it. Sorry, just to come back. It is the end of the slide. Okay, just one more. Something happened with presentation, so we will go to this slide where I will talk more about colors and seasons. Okay, we are here. Okay, as I mentioned, yeah, here we have colors and seasons. So for the spring, on the first photo, we have spring. So for the spring, we have pastel and soft tones, natural elements, and not natural makeup. So if you have spring, you have pastel colors. You have pink, you have lavender color, you have you can choose, you can play with the flowers because you have lots of nature elements such as fields, such as beautiful sceneries, and here you can most of the time play with the colors, with the dress and location. So make sure to choose only natural makeup, not imagining on the first photo everything is pastel, everything is pink, everything is soft, and then you put a black makeup and a black lipstick. It doesn't go together. So make sure to go all for the natural tones. Then for the summer, we have water elements, easy materials, and golden hour. So each season offer you something else. So here on the second photo, we have, you see, more summer elements, like more the blue color, and you have ocean, you have lakes, different locations, and make sure to use some easy materials if you're taking photos in water, because if you use some hard materials, the model will drown, and you don't want to do that. On the third photo, we have autumn. This is now the fall is actually in here. So it is a great way to start using the right colors. And I love fall because everything is so vibrant, colorful. You have orange, yellow, red, and all the strong colors. And you can use only leaves just to create a concept, like on the third photo. So vibrant and strong colors, leaves, and time to experiment. So, and on the last slide, we have the winter. So winter is everything about, you have the best light during the winter because everything is so soft. You have fog, which looks very great in the photos. You have snow, which you can use very strong colors. So after the fall, in this year, you have winter. So everybody who have snow in their area, make sure to take advantage of the snow and use, play with the colors as much as you can, the strong colors. So make sure to use any materials, make sure to use any details, and it will look amazing in the photos. Okay, so now at the end of this slide, I want to do summary of what I was talking about. So choose a time of the day. This is also important because if you are choosing sunrise and the sunset, the colors won't look the same. On the sunset, you have beautiful, nice light, which will change a little bit the color you're using in your photos, and also the sunrise and also the afternoon. So you have different shades during the day. So make sure which type of the day you want to choose. And if you want to make more pop out, you will use it in sunrise. If you want more calm down tones, then you will use at the sunset. Then think quick. I say this because during the winter it is very cold and you can choose how do you want to use the colors. Make sure to write on the paper. Yeah, I would love to use then first the blue, then against the black, and make sure to make some quick notes before you start taking photos. Choose your signature color. If you love red, if the red looks good on the photos, and if you have so many ideas with the red, make sure to choose red, because then red is your signature color. It always shows up in the photos which color is you. So make sure to find your signature color and rock your style. This means that if you're proud of the colors you're using, make sure to rock it, because the colors are very important in photography, and people first will see the colors and then everything else, and see how you want to express the colors and how you want to combine the colors in your photos. Do you want to pay attention to the models and then on their wardrobe? Do you want to focus more on location? How do you want to tell a story? So this is so important. So this is the end of the slide, but don't go, because now it is the answering your questions part. I would like to call Vicente back.
Hi, Jovana. Really
Hi,
fantastic
Vicente.
to see all of your work, and it's always such a pleasure to see your style and the whole process you have. And I think for everyone involved to see all of the work that goes into each of the individual images that Jovana makes is really incredible. You see something in the image and it almost looks so simple because it looks so good, but then you look at the whole back behind the scenes and the amount of work and the amount of consideration that goes into everything. Just really incredible. I mean, for myself, even watching this right now, the details that you had with the parrot girl, and to match her to hair color, which is not something I think I consciously noticed, but then hearing from you now, it just really emphasizes how important all of these different points are. As Jovana said, the webinar is not over yet. The content portion is, but we are now going to go into the Q&A section. You should see here on the right side the Q&A portion, so feel free to ask all of your questions now to Jovana, all the things that you've been meaning to ask. And for those of you who won't be staying for the Q&A section, like I said, we have here the discount code, which is valid for only 7 days. We have multiple webinars also always lined up, continuously happening. We'll definitely have ones again with Jovana, but lots of incredible artists and photographers and designers that we work with that are always bringing incredible content to us. So with that, I'll give it back to you, Jovana, and we'll start with the Q&A.
Thank you so much, Vicente. Let's see. If you didn't ask the question, make sure to do it now, because I will answering your questions. So Philip's parents said, this webinar has been recorded. Is there a possibility to get a link afterwards to be able to see it again? Yes, you will get the recorded version of the webinar after the webinar ends. So make sure to do it. Okay, Mariola asked, how do you choose locations? There is no special rule how to choose locations. Sometimes for example, if I want to bring some nature projects and nature theme to comes alive, then I will use a location based on what I want to create. If I want to create some freedom, then I will choose open field. If I want to make some, mystical photos, then I will choose the forest, because everything is what you want, what emotions you want to bring out of the concepts. And sometimes I pass by the car through the park or when I'm driving, and then I see this location and say, yeah, I think this location will look good for this type of the concept. And each location has something to offer. For example, abandoned castles, and has something, spooky, fear, if you want to. But also you can bring the dreaminess. So it's the way you are thinking. So Biljana asked, how long does it take you to edit a photo? It takes from 20 minutes to 4 hours, depending what I want to do with a photo. If I want to do a manipulation, if I want to add different elements into the photos, if I want to make it more complex, then it will take much longer. But if I want to change only a colors, only a little tweaking, then it will take around 20 minutes. But I'm preferring for you all to have your own presets, which you will apply to the photos. And it is much easier to have so many photos and not only one. To edit, it will be much quicker. Okay, Marco asked, what's the ratio between your photo shootings and photo editing? How do you mean? You mean by saving the photo, or can you ask me again? It's 16 to 9. If you think about this ratio. Jovana asked, what's the most magical location in Serbia you have used? Oh my God. Serbia has so many beautiful locations, and I think, oh my God, I love nature around Tara, and I love Alexa Šantić Castle. I was taking photos there couple months ago, but this location is so beautiful but so scary because you have lots of stray dogs, and you have everything is so, everything is so spooky, and lots of people, you hear noises, but you can do so many things at abandoned places like this. Mladen asks, do you use external lights or more natural light? I love natural light because I love to challenge myself and to always express myself when I'm a location. And for example, 2 days ago, I was taking photos for the client, and I was light up the smoke bomb. And then, because it was too sunny and in the forest, then the light was so magical, the smoke between the sun rays, and it gives, that type of the light, sun rays, and everything was so magical after all. And this is what nature can bring to you and what can awakes you. Because if you have artificial light, then I don't love to use it that much because it looks a little too fake to me. But if I'm in a studio, if I don't have too many natural light, then I will of course use continuous light. I love to have control over it. Stephanie said, very interesting. I must leave you. Thank you so much for being here and following the webinar. Milica asked, what locations you like to use when it comes to city? Because I'm a dreamy photographer, I don't love to use in the city, like in the urban area, because it doesn't go well with this style. But I don't know if you mean this or something else. But if you're a city, make sure to choose only some corners in the parks, or if you have flower fields, or if you have urban area, but you have a really nice corner where you can take portraits, make sure to take advantage of it. Sometimes you don't need a whole location, you only need one corner, one beautiful background where you can place the model. So many people from Serbia, thank you so much. I think Nicola asked, what is the best way to present your artwork nowadays? For example, Instagram is photo dead. Yeah, I know Instagram changed a lot, but present your artwork. I think it's the best way to choose photography websites such as 500px, Behance, LinkedIn, DeviantArt, where you can always upload your photos and you have so many people there. I love doing this. Instagram is such a great platform, but it's changed a lot, like you said, and I think you always have to have these photography websites where you have photographers and people who are following the work, and clients are there also. Vuk asked, how much time does it take for you to find models for your photos usually? It takes sometimes a day, sometimes a month, because I'm finding a certain way of facial expressions of the people. I love redheads, I love gingers, I love freckles, and most of the people are usually from other countries. And sometimes I travel, but most of the time I find people here. I love to share on Instagram what type of the people I'm looking for, and most of the time they are coming back to me saying, yeah, maybe I am that type of the person, or I'm finding on the search bar, for example, I type blue eyes or freckles, and then all the people which are looking like this are there. So this is how usually. Anita asks, which photo editor do you prefer for post-production? Adobe Photoshop I use the most because I can do manipulation there. And yeah, this is the only software I'm using. Sometimes Lightroom, but Adobe Photoshop, the main one. Let's see. Marco asked, how much time do you separate for photo shooting and how much time for editing these photos from the shot? So it's not the same. It is the same. It is not the same time for the photo shooting because you have to plan the photo shooting. So the planning photo shooting takes around maybe 2 days. Then the photo shootings around 2-3 hours, sometimes 5 hours, depending if we are traveling to somewhere, if the place is near or far away. And for the post-production and editing, it takes up to 4 hours if it's too complex. If I change only the colors, then about around 15 to 20 minutes. So it's not only the photo shooting, it is the whole way preparation and after preparation and editing and photo shooting. So sometimes it takes a month just for the run project. Mariola asked, I'm planning to make a shoot with a smoke bomb. Never done it before. Do you have any important advice? Yes, so much, because if you're using the smoke bomb, make sure you need a permission. Don't use it inside of the city in urban area because you have to have a permission. Make sure to use it on location where it's open field or some far away. And if there is a wind, don't use it because during the wind it goes very fast. You have two types of the smoke grenades. You have one smaller, which lasts around 10 seconds, and you have bigger smoke grenades, which last around 1 minute, 30 seconds to 1 minute, and this one is always the best. And make sure to not use it inside of the room. You can use the smaller ones, which last the 10 seconds, but don't use the big ones. And if it's too hot outside, like during the summer, don't use it in the dry grass because you may burn the whole field. Make sure where you're using, don't place it on the grass, but place it on the hard concrete. And make sure to have somebody who will hold the smoke for you and not the model. Yeah, it looks okay, but if somebody else is lighting up the smoke for you, then it will be much better than the model to hold. Christian asked, what's your opinion on color in pop art photography? I'm not familiar with pop art photography, so can you ask what did you think about it? Let's see. Biljana asks, should I take a Photoshop course or I can learn it on my own? Any online resources? You can watch it on YouTube. You have so many courses. You can also write me in DM so I can recommend you some. But most of the things you can learn by yourself, just playing with the tools, but you can also attend the course, which is also a good thing. So just write to me and I will give you. Christina asks, what's your favorite lens? I love using for the wide angle. I love to use Sigma 35 millimeters 1.4. And for the portraits, I love to use 135 millimeters 2.0 lens. It's such a great, it gives you such a great bokeh. Susanna asks, have you ever had photo shooting in Shabbats? And if you are not, are you planning to? I didn't. Maybe in future. Can you recommend me some places if you have there? But I didn't. But who knows, maybe in future. About the lenses, I already answered. Anita asked, from where do you get inspired? I trained my inspiration to get different sources of inspiration from life, from people, from things I see, from the colors. Colors are very important to me. So, as I said, the blue parrot, I saw blue and a yellow color, and immediately I get inspiration to find a girl with a blue hair. So I'm inspired by different types of sources. It's never the same. Marco asked, how did you manage in the beginning to find clients for the shooting? At the beginning, I was writing emails most of the time, and I didn't care if I got rejected. I send it again and again, and I was doing lots of collaboration at the beginning, which is very important because when you do collaboration in future, can this person can be your client for the campaign. So this happened to me also with different clients. I was starting with them as a collaboration we did together, and then they say, yeah, I have my own website, I want you to do the campaign for my website to show my spring, summer, and winter, fall collection. So this, you always have to have a relationship with every person you're working with. You never know who will be your client, because every person you met is your potential client. Don't forget that ever. Okay, Militz asked, what camera do you advise for a beginner? So it's Canon 600D. I was using this camera. I don't have any. I don't have too much experience with different types of the cameras. It is the best way to go to the store and then to ask to rent or to try this camera and then to see if this works best for you. You don't have any question about the colors? I would love to hear. Let's see if you have any questions. If no, I will wait just I'm sorry, because most of the people are from Serbia. Thank you so much for watching the webinar and for being here and asking the questions. Marco asked, did you do product photography or shoot some events at the beginning, or were you only doing portraits? I tried all of the things, the weddings, events, food, all the styles in photography, and I was finding myself in portraits and fine art the most. So this is why I stayed in this style of photography. While I was doing the weddings and events and this type of the photo shootings, I didn't find myself in it. I didn't express myself the way I'm expressing myself in portraits and fine art. So it wasn't warmer my heart while I was doing this. So this is why I stopped. And I think the best is to find yourself in your photography niche and where you are thinking you're. Sometimes it takes a lot of time to find your place and you're doing some other styles of photography. That is okay at the beginning, but if you want to do a fine art, make sure to do as much as you can to become a fine art photographer. Okay, let's see if you have any other questions to answer. Okay. Lots of questions about the cameras and the lenses. I already answered what camera and lenses I'm using. So it's the best way to rent, to go to the store, to rent it and to see what works best for you. Because some cameras offer washed out colors, some give you the vibrant colors. So every camera is different, and the lens, of course, but make sure to pay attention to the lenses better. Okay, I think this is it. I will call again Vicente back just to see.
So I want to say thank you again to you, Jovana, and thank you to everyone who came to the webinar. It was really fantastic, and this is also one of the parts I always enjoy so much, is engaging directly with all of you. And as said, for those of you who are interested in engaging more with BenQ and interested in engaging in more webinars like this, we even had a question from someone asking about a Photoshop webinar. We actually have a Photoshop webinar coming up next week with our other Serbian BenQ ambassador, Nemanja Sekulic. And but we're always very, very active with all of these different educational tools for all of you. So we're really looking forward to seeing you all at future events. As said before, the discount code is available for our designer monitors and for our photography monitors for 7 days. And you'll see that here, and you'll also be receiving it in the follow-up email as well. So from everyone here at BenQ Europe, I'd like to say thank you to you, Jovana, and thank you to everyone who came here. And we're looking forward to seeing you at future events.
I would also love to thank BenQ for hosting this webinar and for everybody who attended it. So I'm very happy and excited for the next one. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vicente.
Great. Thank you, Jovana. And see you all at a future event then. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.